Okay, so hey guys, this is my first time vlogging, and what I'm trying to do is making all kinds of cool tools for Unity game engine and just having fun doing that. And also, if someone has some questions for me about how to do some stuff, or why am I doing like that and not the other way, and all kinds of questions Unity related, well, I'll try and answer them. So today we're gonna do an audio controller for Unity 3D, and what we're trying to achieve here is getting a better control over the sounds and music and that we're going to put in our game. And the idea here is to make as robust as it can possibly be. I know there is already a lot of other audio controllers, and also there is an awesome asset on Asset Store named Audio Toolkit, which is pretty good. I might say it's rather good, but there are some times when you just want to do your own audio controller and not use some asset, and the idea here is just to do something for fun. I'm not really sure if this is gonna be used somewhere, but I'll still gonna post it on GitHub, and I'll post the link in the description of the video that is recording right now. So let's have some fun. Well, how should we start? Well, we definitely need here some kind of list of objects that we can control. Basically, I guess we're gonna do a new class, an audio object, yeah, just like on Audio Toolkit. So let's just do that. Let's create the script. Okay. What should do an audio object? For the start, it should have some I guess first of all we need some kind of name for the audio object. I think that this will be just a getter for start, and we'll return the internal field name. Let's now create the name. First of all, let's just group the code, let's say private fields. And this will be our private string name. Now, so we have a name. We need somehow to send that name. We'll do some kind of simple method that will initialize our audio object with the name and the audio clip. Okay, everything is fine. Now we need to save that clip. We'll do just that. We'll create another private field, audio clip. Okay, and let's send the name and the clip to this audio object. I think we should rename the name to like an ID, like an identifier, because the our audio clips also have a name, and let's say we just need to know for debugging reasons the name of the clip that was playing right now, or the name of the ID that we are trying to access, and we think that that ID should have that clip. So I think we're gonna rename the name or use name for the audio clip, but we'll create another property with an ID, and we'll just we'll rename here. So let's rename it to ID. Okay, for some reason it didn't work, but okay. Let's create here another private field. Or maybe just rename that to let's rename it. Oh, finally, it worked. Yay. Okay. Let's continue. So we renamed that to ID, and let's do here another refactoring. We don't want here to be an ID, we want here to be, let's first check if the name of the clip. First we'll check if it's not null, and then if it's not null we'll send the name of the clip. But if it's null, let's say it will be as none. So we'll have that, just that. Now we have the ID, we have the clip. Now we should be able somehow to play it. Let's do just that. So we have the audio object and we can play it. And the ideal scenario is that we play here the audio clip, but we cannot just send and play. We need to send also an audio source with it. So let's think a little. We have this play. We can put this audio object in its own game object, and that game object will have the same, will have its own audio source. But what if we want to have a centralized place, like a centralized game object, that it has all the audio source components? So if you're not familiar with the Unity game engine, the audio source is a component that plays audio clips, like all WAV files, OGG files, and all kinds of audio files. So the main question here is, what do we want to send to play? Or do we even want to send something to audio object to play, somehow to play the clip? I think we'll go with the centralized way, like doing a single game object with all the audio sources, and then we will think if that was a good idea or not. But let's do it like that. So we're gonna send him an audio source, which we will also save it here, because we'll need to check within this audio object. We'll have to check out if this clip finished playing. So let's do just that. First of all, we save the source here. So let's save it. And we'll just do a play, I guess. Let's send the clip, and let's play. So we're gonna play it. Now let's get back to our audio controller. Now we have a list of audio objects. Let's do just that. Let's do an audio object array, or maybe we're gonna do a list of audio objects. Now let's see. Let's say we wanna play a clip. Let's, for the sake of testing, let's do here another, or maybe no, don't do it here. Let's not do it here. Let's go to our audio object and work here on it. So we have this play with the audio source. Let's do it like that. Let's do a private play. The private test play. And let's just play source. So at the same time, let's make sure we have the clip added here. So let's just serialize this field and let's do another. So that we could test it out. And here let's add a context menu so we could fire up this method and test if our audio object plays the file that we're gonna send. Okay, let's just name it like that. And let's go to Unity and let's see. Okay, let's create here an game object. Let it be empty for now. Let's add our audio object here. Let's just add here the source just for testing purposes. Let's add the audio source here, just in case we're gonna do a test scene, and we're gonna save just like that. Now we need some audio file, some music, something to test it out. Somewhere here I had some music. We could just go with that and test it out. Let's say let's just put it in here and it should appear anytime it's importing the file. Yeah, so here it is. Let's put it here in the content just to be a little bit more. Okay, one more time. Save that object. Okay, good. Now let's add the audio clip. Okay, very good. And let's see. Yep, it works. So, we saw that it works, the audio object plays it. But we need a way to send a message to the audio controller and to say that we finished playing that object. And why we need that? We need that so that we could, let's say, take the source back from the audio object and reuse it, and also to put this audio object in our object pool that we're gonna create also from scratch, just for fun. Okay, let's do that. First we're gonna make a simple event that will fire itself when the audio is finished playing. So for that we're gonna create an event here. We're gonna do it like that. Let's just create a simple action that will send, I guess, itself, so that the audio controller will know what audio object finished playing. And we'll name this event on finished playing. Okay, that should be good. Now, oh, I forgot to make it public, so we're gonna just do just that. We made it public so that the audio controller could access it. Now let's get rid of that for now. We're not gonna play it directly, we're not gonna call the play directly, we need to call it, so no. Okay. We can call it here, but at the same time we need somehow to check when the audio finished playing. We could do that in update method, but I guess we'll just gonna create a coroutine for that, and we'll check it once in, I guess, 200 milliseconds or something like that, because we don't need it to check it every new frame or every new 16th millisecond, because that just doesn't make any sense. I guess we're just gonna check every 100 milliseconds, and for that we need a coroutine. Let's just do that. Okay, so first of all we need to have the reference to that coroutine that we were gonna start, so we could stop it anytime. That means whenever, let's say we have the audio controller and we want to start in some kind of sound effect or the music, or just stop the music and then play another music, and for that we need the audio object to be able to stop the audio source and then say that it finished playing. But at the same time we need a coroutine to check every time if the currently playing audio stopped. Forgive me, my English it's sometimes sometimes it's very strange and it's hard to understand, but this devblog that I'm making right now is just for that, so that I could say what I have in mind and also explain what I'm doing. That way I could train myself to better talk in English and also better explain everything I'm doing, and also doing interesting things like that. Okay, let's go. For now we're just gonna name that coroutine reference playing routine. Let's create a method that will run our coroutine. Well, we're gonna name it just like our reference coroutine. And what do we want here is for this coroutine to wait 100 milliseconds and then check if the clip is still playing. If the clip is still playing, we need to rerun this coroutine. So we have here two ways to do that. We could do an inner loop, a loop inside this coroutine, and just make it run infinite times. Or we could do like a recursive call to this coroutine. We're just gonna start a new coroutine every time when this coroutine finished checking. But I guess we're just gonna do a loop here and then we'll see how it will work. So let's do just that. Okay. Okay, we have here our while loop. First we're gonna yield and we're gonna do just like that. So first we'll put this coroutine in some kind of sleep mode for 100 milliseconds, and then after that we're gonna check if our source is still playing. First of all, we're gonna check that. Let's just check that is playing. So oh, come on. Okay. If it's still playing, we want to run this loop again. We don't want to stop this loop until the source is not playing anymore. So we're just gonna check if it's not playing, like that. And then if it's not playing, we want to break from this loop. And after that we just wanna call our event. So first of all we're gonna check if someone is subscribed to our event, and if there is someone who is subscribed to this audio object and is listening to him, we're gonna just call it. And we said we're gonna send ourselves, so we're gonna send this audio object to someone who is listening to him. Okay. I guess that should be good enough for us to test it out. Now we need to start here our coroutine, but first we're gonna do like our playing routine. We're gonna null it out because our coroutine is gonna stop working, so we just don't want to have the reference to it when it's not gonna play anymore. And then here we want to start that coroutine. Okay, we want and let's playing routine okay. So what are we doing here? First of all, we are taking the audio source that is given to us from the audio controller. We're giving to this source the audio clip that this audio object has, and then we're playing the source. After that, we're starting a coroutine that is concurrently checking out if the source is still playing. And when the source stops playing or just finished its audio file, it's gonna break from this loop and it's gonna call unfinished playing and send itself to everyone who is listening to this audio object's event. And after that, we're just closing up, not just closing up, but nullify the reference to this routine because we don't need it anymore to know if it still exists or not, because it clearly stops existing after that, and we don't want a dangling reference to it. Okay, so we could test that out, and let's just do some debug logs just to see if it's working. Okay. We'll say not playing anymore here, and then let's start out when our coroutine starts. So let's do another debug log, another log that will say playing started. And let's just see the moment when our audio source finished playing. And for that we'll have to add here some curly brackets and take this break and put it here, and also call our debug log here. So okay, let's name it source finished playing, or maybe just better be audio source finished playing. Oh, forgot to. Okay, now we should be able to test it out. Let's do just that. Okay. And instead of some music file, let's put some sound effect that is not that long, and we should be able to easily test it. So I'm just gonna take it from another okay, let's put that sound. It's a simple sine wave. You heard it just now. This should be enough for us to test if everything will work as we expect it to work. Let's just start and test it out. So first of all, let's look at our console. Okay, and now let's just press test play. Nice. So as you can see, it's working as expected. Let's start it again and test it out again. Okay, good. Now again. Okay. So as you can see, it's working as expected. It's starting the coroutine. We're checking every 100 milliseconds. And when it stops, it says finished playing and not playing anymore. We could put it to check every 50 milliseconds. I guess that would be a better solution for now, because I don't know, 100 milliseconds, I think it's too much. So we're just gonna do that. We're gonna do 50 milliseconds, and let's just say a debug log that says checking if playing. Okay, now let's test it out. Okay, let's start now and try test play. So as you can see, every 50 milliseconds it's checking if it's still playing, and then when it's stopped playing, it's breaking from that loop and just saying to us that it's finished playing and not playing anymore. So our coroutine is working as expected, which is good. Okay, so what is the next step? Now we need to be sure that the source doesn't have the clip anymore. So we could do that just here. Yeah, I think here is a good place to do that for now. Let's do that. So our source, our clip from the source should not be there anymore, so we're just giving him a null. And also I think we could make the source also null, but is this the right place to do that? Right now I'm not really sure, but it still makes sense to put it here. So I guess for now it's just gonna be here. The main idea here is that audio object is playing one single file one single time, and it's not reusing the same audio source. The audio controller sends the audio source to the audio object, so it makes sense to nullify the source here when the audio object finishes playing our clip. Yeah. Okay, we'll just go with that. Now let's go to our editor and let's see if it works as expected. Let's do a test play. Okay, so as you can see, the audio source is null here, which is good. Now I guess we need to do that for the clip also, but do we need so that the audio controller knew about the clip that the audio object has, or we don't need that? Or maybe we should control also the clips that we are sending to the audio object, because we want this to be like a lot of audio objects pooled in an object pool, and the audio controller takes a single audio object, populates it with the needed source, with the needed clip, gives him an ID, and then starts playing it. And at the same time it subscribes to its unfinished playing event, and then just checking out, just waiting when the audio object finishes playing, and then So who should deal with the part where we need to remove the source and the clip, or should we even bother about that? Because we could just ignore that and just put the object in the object pool, and then we could take it, the audio controller could take it and just populate it with our clips and our audio source, and it will work just fine. But what if someone who will use this audio controller, or let's say I'm gonna use this audio controller and I want to restrict myself so that I couldn't have direct control over the clips and over the audio sources. The audio controller should have that control, but the user, the developer who is using this tool, or me, let's say me, I don't need to have control over that. I don't need to have access to that. So basically it makes sense to remove the audio source, but at the same time the audio source from the audio object is private, so I don't have access to it, so why should I bother then? But I need to know the name of the clip, so I guess I'm not gonna remove the clip. And I also need the ID of the audio object. Okay, I guess I'm gonna leave it just like that, and we're gonna think of it later. But what we know for sure is that we need to send the clip. Whoa. Oh my god. We're sending the clip in the initialize phase. Or maybe we don't name it initialize. Let's rename it to setup. That will be a better name for that. So we're setuping the audio object for that. Okay. Okay. This is a good start, I guess. Let's init our repository and just make the first commit with our audio object. I guess for starters that is pretty good. Let's do the audio clip and the source private, so that we don't have access from the editor, because we don't need access from the editor for that. But we'll do some editor tools to see some information from the audio object, like we could see the name of the clip that is playing, we could see the ID of the audio object, and we could see the state of the audio object, like playing and not playing. Simple. We could also try and get the volume to that, like the volume level to that audio object. Of course it's gonna use the source that is given to him, but at the same time, when it's playing, we need to know the volume level. Yeah, I guess we're gonna do that. Okay. First of all, let's init our repository for that. Let's just go here, So let's go to our let's init our repository, and I guess we're gonna need simple git ignore for that. Git ignore for Unity stuff. Let's add a git ignore. Okay, let's add a git ignore file here, and that should be good for us. Okay. Okay, we add just that, and we also, I guess this is enough. Let's check if it's working. Okay, first of all, let's add just the git ignore. And okay, I forgot to add my name to the config of this poster, so let's do just that right now and get over it. And also let's add, just for this repository, the username, and now let's commit again. Okay, good. Let's see again. And also I forgot to set up the project to make all files serialized, so I'm just gonna do that now. I'll make visible meta files, and where is the serialization mode? I'll force everything to text, and we need to save the project also. So let's check again. Okay, let's see what has been added here. The project settings, good. Our test scene, our source files, and a swap file. Okay. I don't need the swap file to be added, so I guess I'm gonna edit. Let's do a reset. Okay, good. And let's add to our git ignore another file to ignore. We could do it just right here. No. Let's not do it here, let's do it here. SWP. SWP. Okay. Let's commit again just this. And commit it again. Yeah, that should suffice. Now let's add again and let's see what has been added. So we see the meta files, our script files, our mp3 files, and I guess we're gonna skip the content also. I don't want to have in the repository our audio files that we are using here, so I think I'll just ignore all the content folder and we'll go with that. Let's add that to our assets. Let's take that and put it here, and then and let's edit this part. Okay. That should be good. And I guess this time we should be good to add our files to the repository. Oh, I forgot to ignore the meta file of the folder also. Okay, let's add that too. Or maybe just do it like that. Will that work? I don't know. Let's check it out. Okay. It works. Okay, good. So we ignored the content meta file and also the directory, the folder. So I guess we're good to go. Yeah, we're good to go. Okay. Let's commit it. Yep, we're committing that. And now let's add it to GitHub so that you guys could have a look at it, and if you want, you could clone it on your computer and also try it and add things and maybe send some pull requests. I'm interested to see what you're gonna do with it, or how are you seeing the audio controller should work. So if you want to participate, you could do your own audio controller and we could just see what works better on someone's audio controller and what works better on my audio controller, and maybe I'm gonna even stream that here and we're gonna discuss it. I don't know, we're gonna see. So let's add it, and then I guess we're finished today with this. So let's add our remote. Okay, and now let's push our changes, our repository there, and that should be it. here and okay. And I guess I should add here the link to the video that is gonna record from that stream, and it should be good, so I'll just edit that later. Okay. Okay, we have here our repository. Let's add that to the description of the video. Let's check out if everything is alright here. Yeah, everything is fine from what I'm seeing. Let's see if Unity is not saying anything to us. I see everything is fine. Okay. So, I guess we're gonna finish it here. Tomorrow I'll try to continue this devblog and continue on this audio controller, and then we will see. Mainly this devblog is mainly for me. I'm not doing for the viewers or something like that. It's more for my own time, and I just want to be able to talk to the camera and explain myself as good as I can explain it, and also explain everything I'm doing here, so that if someone is gonna be watching this video anytime in the future, I want him to be able to understand what I'm doing here. And yeah, and also if someone will want to do his own audio controller, or he wants to use the audio toolkit but for some reason it's too hard for him, or just he doesn't want to learn how to use it, but audio toolkit is pretty good. So if you want to use for work some kind of framework that will work with music and sound effects, and will categorize them, and will fade between the audio files and all that kind of stuff, you will be better to use the audio toolkit for that, and don't, let's say, waste all your dev time for making your own framework. But in the when you have free time and you just want to have some fun, you could try and start just like me and do that. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I guess if it was interesting, that's good, I guess. But if it's not, then yeah, don't watch it. So Bye, and have fun with other things.